And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. It was Andrew Sendejo from his strong safety spot able to make the play.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Rodgers will try again on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Anthony Barr able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing. Wait. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And that one results in 35 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers now on first down. Flushed out right. And this one is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Hey, check 26.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So opening drive, third down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Ty Montgomery hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Wide. Gun. Where's the hot?
Now a second down throw for Cousins. Flush to his right. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Lucky 48.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, Ringo, 48. 2.
Cousins now on second down. Open here, Adam Thielen. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And this is Cook with the grab. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Cousins now from the 50. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. 6 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers, a free play. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
The point after try for Gostkowski. Gostkowski with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Cousins on first down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, but they face a second and long to start things out.
Hot. Black.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
Black.
To the air again, it's Cousins. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Listen to me. Where's the hot?
First down. Here's Cousins. And Matthews has it right side. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Play fake. Cousins. His throw at the 5. Well, they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Cousins again. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
58!
On first down, Rodgers. It's a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go. And got his man complete. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 43 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers add on to their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
All right, now here we go.
On second down, Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. A first down throw for Cousins. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get this down inside of Green Bay's 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Cousins on the keeper, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kirk Cousins with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Flushed out right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
319.
Draw play, Rodgers to Montgomery. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw on 2nd down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27. Rodgers now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
We are going.
Snap comes at 1. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. prepares to throw once more. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Gostkowski for the point after. Gostkowski the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They start the drive with Cook. And some room to work. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the final two quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Again, this is Cook. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Second down, Cousins. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Matthews, the intended target. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Let's go, come on.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because They tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on third down. Didn't get beyond them. No pickup.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Play action now. Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Gun. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow. Wait, hot. Black play.
On third down, Cousins. He can run for it, and he will. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
No. 258. Over.
Throwing again. Rodgers. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Packers on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
319.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
It's taken to the 26. Diggs with a good footwork. And now running right through it. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Listen to me. Tiger Omaha!
They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
We just saw what a lot of teams call a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game. That signifies they want to run the football. Yeah, occasionally they'll play action and throw it, but most of the time, those...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Latavius Murray, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Hey, 626!
Now a play fake here on first down. The connection made. It's Graham. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and didn't do it very often.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now Rodgers on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And give them a gain of 37. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's got this one down to the 10. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10.
Here we go. Hey, Steamer. Hey, hot.
They go play action. Cousins, flush to his right. Going deep for Diggs. He's got a man, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one, 56 yards. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field.
Wide.
Handoff comes to Cook. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Off the play fake, Cousins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Here's Rodgers to throw on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. Latavius Murray. And he's going to get this down inside of Green Bay's 15-yard line. A big run that time by Murray. Give him 42 yards on the ground. They go back to Murray on 1st down. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Cook. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. It's Cousins on the sneak, and he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A very important extra point there, up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Steps away to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Strong right! Strong right! Strong right! Strong right!
Rodgers to throw again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Jump out! Hey, 50!
Rodgers now on 1st down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Stephen Weatherly in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Rodgers now from the gun, he'll throw. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, but it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Rodgers. Operating from the gun. Lets this one rip toward. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first rounder, Jimmy Ward. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Take it!
And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Cousins now on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Vikings capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. They do tack on the extra point as well. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. And the Jaguars have scored again, so they are in the driver's seat big time in that one. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. He'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperate... And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Wide.
Back to the ground. This time Cook. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Rodgers now on first down. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 58.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Rodgers again now. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. And they take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a solid 13-3. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it'll be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 6-10. And I think you have to say ultimately,